as with probably most of our visitors to the island, are fairly well educated. They're looking to gain 3% might be when they get to the area. They decide then, they see your brochures and they'll book a day in advance or something like that. So we're trying to get our minds around what's going to work best.
Let's see and do around the Cabot Trail, and we picked two main groups. One would be couples, and the other would be families. So for 2 days,
our group was for gift shops and art studios, and most of us noticed that tourism was down. And then when we talked to people who had motels and restaurants, they said it was the other way around. Theirs was up, so we figured.
E-C-K-H. Okay, sorry. Okay, we had just kind of a general discussion before we actually got into the itinerary. We did start off by making a listing of all the ceilidhs and dances and things like that, and we found it a bit thin.
That is up is the Lobster Festival, and is Tom speaking for that?
Fortunate in our group, we had a lassie and a lass from Scotland. We found out we're lowlanders and talking to us Highlanders. And they didn't know what presenting meant, but we'll get them. We'll teach them a little bit more.
Our group was talking about destination development, and we kicked off the process with Karen giving us a short overview of the Community Futures process, which has been used within the Loch Lomond and Trossachs National Park. Now, the process essentially, I believe, is one which has been used in Canada in the past, but what it did was it put trained facilitators into each of the local communities within.
On the internet, and I read this TripAdvisor.com, and they were talking about what a beautiful stay they had in Shettykin. And I thought, wow, this seems like a nice place. Then they talked about the French culture and the Cabot Trail and Alexander Graham Bell. I thought, wow, seems like a nice place. Before I even came, I bought the business before even seeing it. So if you can sell a guy something.
Communications and cross promotion is a great thing to follow a marketing strategy. I didn't realize that you architected this so well, Kim, when you put this together. And what we found out is that the communications that we're talking about have to do with the communications really between ourselves and our organizations here, our groups. The visitor information centers.
Now we're going to have Scott McCulley come up and do sort of the closing ceremonies for the group.
I don't know if it's a closing ceremony, but how often can you pay $30 and go to an international tourism conference? It's really interesting when you combine the American way with the Scottish and Portuguese and French cultures that exist here in Cape Breton. And we look forward to more of it, and appreciate the enthusiasm and encouragement. And it'll certainly. I have a funny feeling that Shettykin is going to be turned on its ear. Well, I think we've had some terrific presenters here today, and I want everyone to give a round of applause to everybody that's here. Our Halifax friends can go back and say, Jesus, they had 2 presenters fly in from Calgary today to present. The international guests, we want to thank you for participating, and it's certainly been a pleasure, and I hope you enjoy and leave here with lots of knowledge, and I'm sure being Scotchman you certainly will. I want to thank you for the knowledge and encouragement and experience that you've certainly imparted on us, so we want to thank you for that. I want to particularly thank Kim for pulling this all together and pulling us all together, and certainly folks there at Island Sunset once again have done a terrific job, and it's certainly there's been a lot of people traveling a long ways to get here, and if you added all the kilometers up, I'm not sure what it would be, but it'd be almost from here to Scotland, I'm sure. Anyway, thank you very much for coming. I guess in order to double revenues, it certainly depends on you, the operator, and us, the operator. And you need to get involved in your community. You need to make your community groups strong, vibrant, and very creative. We want you to leave here today and go back to your community and be champions of tourism. Support each other and put yourself in the shoes of the customers. You've heard many, many times today. I hope that each and every one of us leave here today with some very valuable information that we can put into our own businesses, take to our own communities, and make them a better place. And end of a great day, and we look forward to our conference next year, and thank you very much for all attending.